Goodwood House. Nestled in the beautiful surroundings of the Sussex Downs, it's the home of the Earl of March. Lord March himself is a real car nut. He's obsessed with everything from the sublime to the ridiculous. He was the brainchild behind the Festival of Speed and the revival, and he also happens to be my boss. Here at the back of the house is Lord March's private garage, and he's agreed to give us an exclusive tour. Okay, so first impressions, Lord March, it's quite a restrained collection in here. Have you ever been tempted to expand massively?
Restrained, what? Not many of them.
Yes.
Oh, there are others lurking around, but they're a fairly eclectic mix. The ones that are lurking around. A lot of them are my grandfather's cars and kind of weird sort of vans and things like that that he made. But we got an interesting mix. And the thing is, the garages are just a bit small here, frankly. So I think we need to be building some more.
And as you say, it's quite an eclectic mix. Is there a common theme running through, or is it just whatever takes your fancy?
No, it isn't. No, it isn't just whatever takes my fancy exactly. Though obviously I need to feel moved by. I mean, I want to be moved by a car before I want to buy it. But I enjoy. I mean, I'm going through a bit of an American phase at the moment, as you can see, and I like the idea that. You know, I love the whole American car thing. I love the idea that you can kind of build what you like. You can make it your own.
Yes, you learned to drive in a Morgan three-wheeler.
Yeah, rather terrifying. I wasn't allowed a motorbike when I was in my teens. So my parents then persuaded me that, they persuaded it wasn't a good idea. I persuaded them that if I wasn't going to have a motorbike, I needed something even more dangerous than a motorbike, which was a Morgan three-wheeler. And I found one in Littlehampton for 200 quid. And it was a horrible thing. I mean, I love Morgan three-wheelers, and a proper Morgan three-wheelers are lovely, you know, with the V-twins are lovely, lovely. This was a later Ford-engined thing, which was, it was quite cool. It was painted kind of Bugatti blue, but regularly the back wheel fell off, and there was only one, so that was altogether quite worrying. And it was that gearbox, that dogleg gearbox was really horrible.
Well, from that, you then went on to a Datsun Cherry.
Yeah, nothing to be proud of again, I agree.
And from there, then a 924 Carrera
No,
GT.
no, not quite that quick, actually.
Right.
So then I passed my test. So my first car, and of course Datsun, famously, Nissan, the whole Datsun operation was based in Worthing. That was their head office in the UK. We're being disturbed here. I better just show her. Yeah, she's gorgeous. This is Ruby. We've just a new acquisition. And she very much likes the cars. You can tell she's in here. She sits in them for hours, giving half a chunk. So my father very kindly, I remember, took me down to Worthing, and we picked a Datsun Cherry, which I was thrilled with at the time, and drove the absolute wheels. God, we thrashed the thing. Drove the wheels off it. I then I didn't have it that long. I probably had it 6 months. Then went away to Africa for a year, taking photos out there, and came back and actually was thrilled to find that the cook had been given the Datsun. So I was carless, and I managed to persuade my father that a Cooper S was definitely the right answer. I had a few pretty nasty things after that, actually. Best probably not mentioned. And then I had a Carrera GT. Yeah. So once I made a little bit of, so I was taking pictures a lot then, very, very busy in London. And the moment I made a bit of money, I went out and I tried to, infuriatingly, I nearly bought a Lusso for nothing, actually, really nothing. But it was just too expensive, like a couple of thousand too much. I won't tell how much it was. It was 21,000, and it was just nothing. And I couldn't really manage that, so I bought a Carrera GT, about 6 months old, fabulous thing, and I drove that for 13 years, actually, on and off. I wish I kept it. Right. And this is a wild thing. This is based on a Model A, 1929 Model A Ford pickup, obviously, as you can see. I bought it in Bonneville a few years ago. It was roaring around on the salt there, and it was in a pretty bad state. I mean, it looks in pretty bad state now, but actually it's pretty perfect. It's got a Chevy small block engine in it. It's ludicrously quick for what it is, and obviously difficult. Steering's all difficult. The steering geometry, as you can see, is all the wrong way around. So coming to a corner is a bit of a frightening experience. And we did this interior. It's got a lovely, lovely interior, which looks all old and like saddle leather. And that was a fun project. And you know, I think it's literally got leather floors and everything. I think it's a lovely old thing, and my children love it. They can all jump in the back. So this is the most recent acquisition. I bought it in Canada a couple of years ago. Literally, I just saw it. We saw it advertised on a website called bringatrailer.com, and just thought it looked so great. It's a 1964 Kellison, very unusual, very rare. This Jim Kellison, interesting chap, Korean fighter pilot, designed some great cars, very keen Bonneville racer, and this is a J6 Kellison. I think it's a great looking car, and it's not that easy to drive. It's very, very cramped in there, and you can see it's incredibly low, and we've tried to kind of fix some of that, but it's been a major rebuild and a great project actually. This is a lovely 1934 AC that my grandfather Freddy designed the body. So he was a very, very good sort of amateur stylist, and he made some lovely cars. He put bodies on Wolseley's, Riley's, all sorts of British cars at the time, and actually AC commissioned him to make this body, and I think it's about the best looking pre-war British sports car. It's, you know, it's not that big, lovely line to it, and he was very responsible for this whole, what became an absolute hallmark of British sports cars that period, this double scuttle above the dash and then the slab tank on the back of the car. And this is the prototype for the two-seater. It's quite heavy, I guess, which is a bit annoying, and we spent a lot of time and effort trying to make it go a bit quicker actually. And it's good. I mean, it's only a 2-litre engine, obviously, engine that went on to go in lots and lots and lots of cars for many, many years after this one.
So you have your grandfather's BMW R5 bike. We also noticed you've got a Ducati and a Bimota back there. Are they ridden? I understand you quite like riding.
No, I love bikes. I mean, sadly, they're not ridden as much as they used to be. But the R5 is a lovely thing. Again, fabulous for revival, and delighted to find it. John Surtees was brilliant and bid for it at an auction for me, not even knowing if I was going to pick it. You know, anyway, so that was a real piece of luck. And it is the actual bike my grandfather bought in the 30s. And as I said, his name's at the top of the logbook. So lovely to have that. It's a lovely original thing.